Hello everyone. We just not long got back from Ryan's pre-op appointment. It was a very long day and
Almost 12 hours.
and a long appointment. They say 2 to 4 hours to allow for. 4 being the maximum. Well,
That was about 6.
ours was over 6 hours.
Plus driving time.
Yeah, plus driving, which. Anyway, it's done.
We're home.
We're home. Kids are good. Kids had a good day, so we'll take it. And traffic, Sydney, I don't. Anyway, it's done. So guess we'll just go through what happened today and what we found out, which I guess we didn't get too much more information. More just going over everything, and Ryan just had a few things tested and checked, and paperwork, and a little bit more paperwork, a bit of blood, and then some more paperwork.
Sign here.
Yeah.
Date here.
Sign your life away, guys. See you later.
So, I was pretty much questioned if I've got any contagious diseases, if I've had recent surgery. But about 10 times. Every person we spoke to, which was 4 or 5 different people, asked the same questions. So maybe just to catch out if you're lying. I don't know. But I got a bit tiring after a while, so I got blood tests again. Got another chest x-ray, checked my lung capacity, checked my overall health in terms of, I don't know, if I smoked, if I drank much, if I had any other diseases, if I had diabetes, which was all fine. I didn't have any other issues. So
it was a long day. When we first got there, it was around 10, and we got there, had to fill out some more forms, same forms that we'd already filled out, but you do it. And then we got greeted by a little old man called Terry, who was he was a little sweetie.
He was a volunteer.
He was a volunteer, and he had a bypass, and he just kind of goes around to the patients having heart surgeries, and just I guess he's just there to make him feel a bit more relaxed. And he was so sweet, wasn't he?
He was lovely. He was really nice.
He was a little cutie, and he just kind of ran through what you're gonna do for the day and what you'd expect when you get done and everything like that. So that was nice. He was really, really sweet. Then we were the first ones to be taken by the nurse, and she just kind of went through everything, filled out some more forms. Ryan had to do a little pee in a cup test, which is always nice. He also had to do a swab test of the nose and of the scrotum, just for those who are getting this done,
Just to make sure
it's important to check the scrotum. But yeah, I mean, they check in for infections and everything like that. Like, it makes sense.
See if I've got golden staph. So if I do, then I've got to be on particular antibiotics and pretty much kept separate to everyone else.
Yeah, and then she gave Ryan the suppository. And when she was explaining what to do with it, his face just like, it was probably...
I think I'm dreading that more.
Yeah.
But
because he has to do it the night before, so...
Renee has to do it the night before. If I have to get cut open, she can put her fingers up her butt.
I will forever remember the look on his face when she was trying to explain how to insert it and what you have to do. And I mean, it's stuff that everybody that has major surgery has to go through. So kind of wasn't too much of a surprise for me, but he had no idea it was coming. The poor thing, his face literally was like, where do you put that? And
anyway. They dissolve, right?
Anyway. So he's got to do that. So we got that. Then after that, all of the heart, because there was a few of us. I think there was about 4 or 5 couples that were having heart operations, and like they just went down the line. But they put us all into a room, and we had to watch a video that
was 20 years old.
20 years old, and it hasn't been updated in 20 years.
Because the hospital hasn't changed in 20 years.
Yeah, they said it's the
It
same
looked really
procedures.
depressing.
And I'm like, yeah, I guess if something works, like, go with it. But 20 years, I mean...
It hadn't changed. The hospital's still the same in 20 years.
I think it was still the same TV because poor old Terry had to stand behind the TV and hold the
AV cords in.
Yeah, because they kept falling out. So
good old Terry.
Good old Terry. Then after that, everyone else got served lunch, but we got taken into a room again, and by the same nurse. And then we were told that one of the main people that we had to see today actually wasn't there. Like the caseworker, the one that you ask all your questions and tells you basically the running of the day for your operation. She wasn't there. So then just the nurse we had seen prior to that just tried to go through everything for us, which, you know, is nice and good. And, you know, we kind of didn't mind that she wasn't there. Just a little frustrating because she would have been the person that we asked the most questions, and we did ask this other nurse, but
she didn't know what
she answered them, but it was more speculation. So it's like, well, you know. But so we were just about finished with the nurse and going through the pamphlet of everything of the day, and then this younger doctor, or
he would have been a doctor,
resident,
yeah.
I think, even possibly, came in his fancy shoes and the gel in his hair. You know, he thought he was a good looking guy, and come in, interrupted, and then started mentioning different dates and talking about Ryan's operation being the 26th, and we're like, what's going on? And then he's like, oh, don't worry, I'll just sort this out, I'll get back to you because I'm Richard Chard's associate. I think he thinks it's on the 26th. So then, you know, we'll even the nurse, we're like, well, everything, dates, everything, like we'd already filled everything out, everything being signed, it's all for the 12th. So if it's being changed, not only is it a pain on their end, but we've got it all organised our end too. So then, you know, we're really anxious about that. We weren't really happy with it, to be completely honest. And then we'll put out back into the waiting room, and this doctor came back out and goes, oh, I'm just going to see another patient and then I'll come right back to you. I'm just waiting to double check the dates.
3 hours later?
Yeah, 3 hours later. And meanwhile, he had gone to lunch. We'd seen him go to lunch, and we never actually heard from him for the rest of the day. So I think he either completely got it wrong or thought Ryan was a different patient, I think, because
we spoke to the nurse later. She's like, no, there's no change.
We double checked because they were waiting on information to confirm the dates, all of our other appointments, like to see the anaesthetist and everything like that, were completely pushed back. And because they pushed us back and we were the first couple in front of the other heart patients, it pushed all of the other heart patients back, and they put the new group in before us, because there was like a 10 o'clock group and then 11 o'clock group, or a 12 o'clock group.
12 o'clock, I think.
So it was a 10 and 12. So because they pushed us back to wait for information, they pushed all the couples back and had the 12 o'clock couples being seen. So not only did it push us back 3 hours, but it pushed all the other couples back as well.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're just sitting there, and you expect a lot of waiting, you expect a lot of sitting. It's when you don't actually know why or who exactly you're meant to see next, because we were just told you're going to see a couple people today, but by that stage we'd seen a couple. We didn't know how many more people we had to see, so a little frustrating, but in the end the result was good. We found out that it's at the moment still the 12th, unless they ring us.
See, I don't
Look,
think
it's still a
issue.
possibility,
yeah.
But I think it was only an issue because I think he came in and thought Ryan was someone else. If he came in, I don't think anyone would have thought it was the 26th. But, I mean, it still worked out in our favour, and we're already over it. Like, it's a non-ish. But it was very frustrating because for 3 hours, it's not that we were sitting there for 3 hours doing nothing. We were sitting there for 3 hours stressing that the appointment had been moved, and I'm going through my head going, got to work the kids out, Eden's birthday party, got to sort Ryan's workout, Jen and Mick, and so it was more that we were sitting there stressing for 3 hours and hadn't been updated, and But other than that, like as I said, we try not to focus on that too much because we got everything we needed to get done today. It's done. I mean, traffic was absolute chaos on the way home, but we're just, we just kept going. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just trying not to stress about crap like that. It's just not important. So, but then after that, we saw a resident who, well, only there for like 2 minutes. Still not quite sure what the point was seeing her.
Stacey, Sarah.
But we saw her, and then after that, probably about 40 minutes after that, this was past 3 o'clock by this stage, and we got there at 10.
We saw Jeremy.
Then we saw the anaesthetist. Apparently, I cannot say that word. And he just kind of went through everything, the medications that Ryan will have, how they will put him out. That he, after he comes out of the operation, they don't really like him to be awake much afterwards. They want him to be as sleepy as possible because they want the heart and the valve to catch up, and because it stops during the operation. One machine pumps blood for him and another machine breathes for him. So, it's going to take his body, his heart, and his valve a little bit to kind of catch up. So they still want him to be a bit sleepy afterwards. So, and that's something we did learn today. I guess we kind of thought when he went to recovery that he would just start coming out of it, but that's not the case at all. So that was good to know. So I guess especially for me, because I would be the one sitting there going, why is he still in recovery? Why can't I see him yet? So it was good to know that. And he had like a lung capacity test today. He had another ECG. His ECG was quite good. It was quite rhythmic. It's probably the best it's been in months. So that was really positive. And his lung capacity, the nurse said, was the best she's seen. Quite a huge lung capacity, which is all really, really positive things for the operation and more recovery, like for the recovery. So,
which is going to be really useful considering I can't play football anymore.
Negative Ned at it again. see the negative in it? You've got great lung capacity and I can't play football. But anyway, it was good. It was just good. So it's little positives like that, I like it.
I can take deep breaths.
He's happy he can take deep breaths. How are you feeling after today anyway?
I'm sure I'll process it tomorrow when I'm not exhausted.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Yeah. A really long day. But we've had a few people ask how we're going and that's the whole point of doing this. So here we are talking. And I know we said we're going to document stuff. I got my phone out. The very first nurse that we saw, I got my phone out. She freaked out a little bit.
Yep, apparently it's a big no-no.
Yeah. Even I was like, well, can I take photos? Oh, I'm not in it, Emma. You cannot have me in it. And just one. You cannot video. Make sure you don't video. And I'm like, yeah, so this documenting things are not happening today. So we'll just explain what we went through anyway.
Yep, that'll be it.
Yep.
Cool.
Anything else? You don't want to add anything?
No, I think that's covered it.
So I guess this will probably be, when will we probably post again? Maybe the day before or something like that?
Yeah, something like that perhaps.
Not much to keep updated till then. Hopefully keep all your fingers and toes and everything crossed that they don't end up changing the date. Because it is a little worrying hearing them say that it was a possibility, so it just kind of makes you a little bit anxious.
No.
So we don't, if it happens, it happens, and we will have to just deal with it. But we would prefer it if it didn't happen. So, fingers and toes. Also, don't forget to like the video. And you can actually comment on the video. You don't have to comment in Messenger. If you just want to comment in the video, that's fine too. So, hope you guys had a better day than ours. Not like the results were good, so we can't really whinge about it, but it was still a good day. Everything got done. We learned a couple of things. So, next step is the big operation.
Very good.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.